All right, I have been hyping myself up to make this video for so long now. So it's now or never. We are doing it. So hi, my name is Justin. This is my YouTube channel. I guess I am a theater blogger primarily, but I've been experimenting with different outlets, and here we are on YouTube. Although I normally just review theater, I love film. I am an award season nut, and I have been for quite a few years now. So I've always wanted to make an Oscar predictions video, and that's what we're doing today. So today we are going to be predicting the 2026 Academy Awards that take place on Sunday, March 15th. It is currently Monday, March 2nd. It is the day after the SAG Awards, where it was a pretty fun night, kind of shook up the race a little bit, and I'm so excited to just get into it with you all because I love this. So like I said, this is my first YouTube video, so bear with me. I'm not even sure how I'm going to edit this yet. I'm still experimenting with my setup. I really don't know what I'm doing. But at the end of the day, I just want to predict these awards, get my thoughts out there so we can talk about them. So very quickly, I just want to say that the only films from this award season that I haven't gotten to see are Seurat and two of the Best Original Song movies, which are Diane Warren Relentless and Viva Verdi. And I also didn't get to see Kakuo, which is nominated for Best Makeup and Hairstyling. With the exception of Diane Warren Relentless, the rest of the films just haven't been available to me. I would love to have seen Seurat, but it hasn't been available to me in my area. And same thing for Viva Verdi and Kakuo. But the rest of them I have seen. I've spent a lot of time and a lot of money investing myself in the films of 2025. All right, so how this is going to work is first, I'm going to tell you who I think is going to win the Academy Award. Then next, I'm going to tell you who I think should win, so who I would vote for if I were an Oscar voter, which one day. And then I'm going to tell you who could win, who I think the next in line to win is. So not necessarily my prediction, but someone who I think very well could win at the Academy Awards. Last thing before we start, I feel like I'm choosing the most craziest award season to do this for the very first time. Because truly what is happening, some of these races are all over the place, and it's a crazy fun year, and I absolutely love it. Anyway, so let's just get right into it. All right, so for Best Picture, the nominees are Begonia, F1, Frankenstein, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, The Secret Agent, Sentimental Value, Sinners, and Train Dreams. All right, so will win One Battle After Another, should win One Battle After Another, and could win Sinners. Let's unpack that. All right, so this is a two-horse race, if there ever was one, between One Battle After Another and Sinners. So One Battle After Another is easily probably the most critically acclaimed film of 2025. It has been cleaning up at award season. It won the Golden Globe, it won the BAFTA, and it won the Critics' Choice. So already with those awards alone, it is already at an advantage over Sinners for winning Best Picture. But Sinners has some advantages of its own. So first, Sinners this year became the most nominated film in Academy Award history. Not just by one nomination, by two nominations. It didn't just break the record, it smashed the record. And that is worth mentioning on its own. Sinners did win the award for Best Ensemble at the SAG Awards, which is the SAG equivalent of Best Picture. And even though it doesn't happen all the time, A lot of the time, winning SAG Ensemble is an indication of your Best Picture chances. The WGA Awards haven't happened yet, but Sinners will likely win there as well, where One Battle After Another will also win an award. So we have these two films that are kind of just neck and neck to each other, I feel, because you have One Battle After Another, which is the critically acclaimed front runner this award season, has been cleaning up most of these front runner awards. And then you have Sinners, which is also critically acclaimed, also doing extremely well this award season. It is worth mentioning, I feel, that Sinners did lose the Golden Globe for Best Motion Picture Drama to Hamnet. But at this point, I honestly don't even think that matters, because since that happened, it became the most nominated film in Oscar history. And I think that alone is putting it at an advantage to win. I am still giving One Battle After Another the edge, though, if only because it's winning the Precursor Awards. Frankly, I think it's the better movie between the two of them, but that's just me. Everyone has their own opinion. It's been the film to beat this year. Day One Battle After Another came out, I felt the Oscar race was over. It is just that good. I like Sinners. This isn't my Sinners review video. I'm gonna be honest, Sinners wasn't my favorite film of the year, but it's a very good movie. It was a very nominatable movie. I think it's easy to see how it cleared that record. And what One Battle After Another and Sinners have in common is that in a lot of these tech categories, they both just absolutely excelled. So like cinematography, editing, sound, amazing. As for the rest of the films nominated, this is the order of the likelihood in that I think they will win. So first, like I said, One Battle After Another, cleaning up all the Best Picture awards this award season. Then Sinners, most nominated film, beloved within the industry, honestly could very well win. I do not think One Battle After Another has it locked down. And I think the fact that I am taking this much time to talk about Sinners while I'm predicting One Battle After Another is evidence that Sinners could very well win this. And then Hamnet, I am putting in third place. Like I said, it won the Golden Globe. Who knows if somehow One Battle After Another and Sinners just split that preferential ballot and Hamnet comes up in the middle. And honestly, Hamnet was my second favorite film of the year. I think Hamnet would deserve it if it were somehow to happen. But it is between these two films. Then Hamnet, then Marty Supreme, then Sentimental Value. And then honestly, I think the rest of these are pretty interchangeable as to their likelihood of winning. All right, so next up is Best Director. We have Chloe Zhao for Hamnet, Josh Safdie for Marty Supreme, Paul Thomas Anderson, One Battle After Another, Joachim Trier, Sentimental Value, and Ryan Coogler for Sinners. So, something I do believe is that I think no matter if One Battle After Another or Sinners wins Best Picture, I do believe Paul Thomas Anderson will win the Oscar for One Battle After Another. I'm not going to call it a lock, but I would feel pretty confident betting money on this, which I'm not a gambler. I don't actually do that. But I would feel confident in calling this race for Paul Thomas Anderson. He has been nominated so many times. He has never won. He doesn't have a single Oscar to his name, but that's going to change. One Battle After Another is a spectacular film at 2 hours and 40 minutes. It flies by. It does not feel that long at all. The story is tight. And everything about it is just pretty great. I think it's one of the best films of this century, honestly. And it really is that serious. And every element in One Battle After Another just comes into place perfectly. And this is one of Paul Thomas Anderson's masterpieces. And I think the Academy will without a doubt recognize him with his first directing Oscar for this film, regardless of who wins Best Picture. Coming in as my could win, I do have Ryan Coogler for Sinners. But again, I think this is Paul Thomas Anderson's to lose. But if Sinners does go the Best Picture route, which honestly I don't know, Ryan Coogler could win this as well. But my money's on Paul Thomas Anderson. All right, so for Best Actress in a Leading Role, the nominees are Jessie Buckley, Hamnet; Rose Byrne, If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You; Kate Hudson, Song Sung Blue; Renata Reinsva, Sentimental Value; and Emma Stone for Begonia. I think that this is the most locked Best Actress has been in quite a few years. Jessie Buckley has this locked down. She has won every single precursor award. This is her year. It is a spectacular performance. It is an emotional performance. It has Best Actress written all over it. She does so much in this movie. She is so emotionally effective, and it's just such an undeniable performance. I don't see a world where she doesn't win. Will win, should win. Jessie Buckley for Hamnet. If somehow she were not to win, then I think Rose Byrne would be next in line. Critically acclaimed performance for If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You. It is that film's only nomination. But she did win the Golden Globe, and there has been a lot of enthusiasm for Sentimental Value from the Academy and from, I think, just fans of film in general. So honestly, if somehow Jessie Buckley were to not win, maybe it could even be Renata Reinsva. But to me, this is just so clearly Jessie Buckley's award. Love Emma Stone. She probably doesn't really have a chance this year. Kate Hudson was great in Song Sung Blue. I actually really like that movie. And I actually think, despite my initial reaction to Kate Hudson being nominated, after I actually saw the film, because I didn't get to see it before the nominations were announced, I think it's a pretty cool nomination. She's great in that movie. But Jessie Buckley, no matter what, she's winning this. All right, Best Actor in a Leading Role. We have Timothée Chalamet, Marty Supreme; Leonardo DiCaprio, One Battle After Another; Ethan Hawke, Blue Moon; Michael B. Jordan, Sinners; and Wagner Moura, The Secret Agent. So, this is one of the categories that I feel like has gotten shaken up quite a bit recently. Will win. I do think Timothée Chalamet is still the likely winner. He won at Golden Globes and at Critics' Choice, but he lost at BAFTA and SAG. So it's not a lock for Timothée Chalamet, but I still do think he is the front runner despite the BAFTA and SAG losses, which brings me to the could win, Michael B. Jordan. He won the SAG Award last night. There is a lot of enthusiasm for Sinners, and he has edged his way up as the enthusiasm for Sinners just gets stronger and stronger throughout this award season. So now I am going to kind of get a little bit conspiracy theory-ish right now. And it's that I have not ruled out Leonardo DiCaprio as a potential winner either. So, and let me explain myself. I can explain. I feel like something I've noticed a lot more in recent years, this isn't foolproof. There have been a lot of years where the math isn't mathing, but I feel like a lot of the time, the winner for Best Picture takes along one of the leading performances. Last year, Honora won and Mikey Madison won. The year before, Oppenheimer won and Cillian Murphy won. Everything Everywhere won. Michelle Yeoh won. The year before, it didn't happen. But the year before, Nomadland won. Frances won. It doesn't always happen. But I feel like it is something we are used to seeing, where the Best Picture winner also sees one of its leading actors wins. So, One Battle After Another is the front runner for Best Picture. I honestly could see a world where One Battle After Another just cleans up at Oscars and takes Leo with it. Also, something I think it is absolute bullshit that Leonardo DiCaprio only has one Oscar. He has been turning in performance after performance that is just outstanding in these legendary films. I honestly think he is probably the best working actor today. It's wild to me that he only has one. I honestly think he's due for a second. So even though he's maybe not the front runner in this race, I haven't ruled him out based on my little theory about Best Picture bringing the leading performance with it. And again, that brings us back to Michael B. Jordan. If Michael B. Jordan wins Best Actor, Sinners is winning Best Picture easily, and Sinners might win Best Picture. So, sorry, that's just how this entire award season right now is making me feel. So that's how it's looking. I think Timothy's the front runner. But if Sinners goes for Best Picture, which honestly at this point, I kind of think it might, Michael B. Jordan is going with Sinners, and Timothy Chalamet will be asked to wait yet again. And also, I do think it is worth mentioning that Josh Safdie has kind of found its way into some controversy since the nominations have been announced. It's old controversy that's just now coming to light. You can go look it up. That's not what this video is about. Go look it up. And so it is worth wondering if that is going to turn voters off from voting for Marty Supreme in any category. And also, Timothy Chalamet, I think a lot of people have been feeling that he is coming off as arrogant and entitled in some of his award speeches and interviews. Not just this award season, but last award season as well. A lot of people didn't like this speech he gave when he won the SAG Award last year for A Complete Unknown. So it is worth wondering if that is going to turn people off from voting for Timothy Chalamet. Honestly, that's not what this video is about. I don't think voters should not vote for Timothy for that reason. It is still a top-notch performance. And I think he's really great in it. This is just another one of those like wild races. So all that to say, will win Timothy Chalamet. Should win, personally, I'm going with Leonardo DiCaprio just because, like, I am One Battle After Another hive, and I would be the type of voter to vote for it, just kind of down on my ballot. But also Timothy Chalamet is probably one of the best performances of the year. So I would be happy to see him win. And then could win Michael B. Jordan. Also, shout out to Wagner Moura. Won the Golden Globe along with Timothy. He could win as well. Secret Agent has a very good chance at winning Best International Feature. Don't count him out. Okay, so one crazy category after another, one battle after another. Let's get into Best Supporting Actress, where the nominees are Ellie Fanning for Sentimental Value, Inga Ibsdottir Lilius for Sentimental Value, Amy Madigan for Weapons, Wunmi Mosaku for Sinners, and Teyana Taylor, One Battle After Another. Take a deep breath. this category is honestly wide open because the precursors for this one have been crazy. So let's break this down. We started awards season. Amy Madigan won the Critics' Choice Award for Weapons. Teyana Taylor won the SAG Award. Wunmi Mosaku won the BAFTA Award. And then for SAG last night, we came back to Amy Madigan for Weapons. So that's 3 nominees who already have their each individual advantage. Now, you would think that I would say that Amy Madigan would be the front runner based on the fact that she does have 2 precursor awards, whereas the other ladies, Wunmi and Teyana, only have 1. That said, I am still going to predict Teyana Taylor for One Battle After Another. This has been an unpredictable award season, but again, it's kind of similar to what I was saying in Best Actor. I think One Battle After Another is the Best Picture winner, and it is going to take performances with it. For sure, supporting actor, which I'm going to talk about next. But I do think Teyana is still the front runner in this category, even though she has only won the Golden Globe. She's been a front runner all award season, and I do think it is going to just come back to her. The next in line to win, I would say, is probably Amy Madigan. This is the only nomination for Weapons, but I do think that there's more enthusiasm around One Battle After Another and Sinners, so I do think it is more likely that it'll be one of their supporting actresses, and I'm going with Teyana based on the fact that One Battle is the Best Picture winner, but it could be Wunmi because we still don't really know who's winning Best Picture. Also, I do want to talk about Inga Ibsdottir Lilius, who I think should win. She would be my vote if I had a ballot. I think she's so moving in sentimental value. It's a really stunning performance in a film filled with stunning performances. She, along with Renata, made me cry. And I would love to see Sentimental Value win an acting award, and I would choose this one. All right, so we have Best Supporting Actor. So we got Benicio del Toro, One Battle After Another, Jacob Elordi, Frankenstein, Delroy Lindo, Sinners, Sean Penn, One Battle After Another, Stellan Skarsgård, Sentimental Value. So, will win, should win. I'm going with Sean Penn for One Battle After Another. We kind of have a similar situation as we do with Best Supporting Actress, wherein the precursors were looking different. So we had Jacob Elordi at Critics' Choice, we had Stellan Skarsgård at the Golden Globes, and then we had Sean Penn take SAG and the BAFTA. When One Battle After Another came out, I think when we all saw it, we all thought Sean Penn was going to be the front runner, but for whatever reason, we kind of backed off from Sean Penn and started throwing our predictions towards other people. I've put their predictions towards Benicio, and then when Jacob and Stellan won their awards, people thought they were more positioned as front runners, and that Sean Penn just wasn't in the conversation. But with BAFTA and with SAG, we came full circle. We woke up, everyone woke up, and we remembered, oh my God, that is the best performance in that category. And so it's come full circle back to Sean Penn. We remembered who the fuck he is. This will be his 3rd Oscar. And he's winning it. It's an awesome performance. I don't think anyone is gonna be mad about it. It is a great performance. Sean Penn is winning. However, I will say Benicio del Toro's character in One Battle After Another is probably my favorite character in One Battle After Another. I honestly think he was really touching and enjoyable in that film. So I would also really like to see him win. Honestly, my ballot, I would be torn between between either of them. And then could win Stellan Skarsgård, doesn't have an Oscar, is probably due for one, but honestly, I do think this is Sean Penn's to lose. I think he's winning this, and I feel more confident in this category than I do in Best Supporting Actress or even Best Actor. Honestly, this is Sean Penn. However, it wouldn't surprise me if he didn't win. Look out for Stellan. Look out for any of them, honestly. I think Delroy Lindo, I think a lot of people would like to see him win. I think he's going to get a lot of votes from people in the Academy, so I wouldn't be surprised to see him up there. But for the sake of this video, my prediction is Sean Penn, with Stellan Skarsgård being my could win. All right, moving on to Best Original Screenplay, we have Blue Moon, It Was Just an Accident, Marty Supreme, Sentimental Value, and Sinners. Sinners has this one down. If nothing else, Sinners is winning this category without a doubt. Somehow, if Sinners were not to win, it would go to probably either Marty Supreme or Sentimental Value. It Was Just an Accident wasn't nominated for Best Picture, and neither was Blue Moon, so I really don't know how much they probably don't even really stand a chance here, but I'm happy they are here. For Adapted Screenplay, where the nominees are Begonia, Hamnet, One Battle After Another, and Train Dreams. One Battle After Another has this down. It is winning no matter what. If somehow One Battle doesn't win Best Adapted Screenplay, then I think the next in line would be Hamnet. Screenplay categories, it's just the top two. My should win for original screenplay, out of these, I would probably vote for Marty Supreme myself, and in adapted, I would vote for One Battle After Another. Okay, so we have the new category, Best Casting. We got Hamnet, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, The Secret Agent, and Sinners. All right, will win Sinners. Great ensemble. I think even if Sinners does not win Best Picture, it will win Best Casting because it is a great ensemble. My vote would go to One Battle After Another because I also love that ensemble, and I'm One Battle After Another hive. So that's where my vote would go to, but I do love the ensemble for Sinners as well. And could win, I will also say One Battle After Another. Those two movies, they're the most ensemble driven. There's a lot of supporting roles. And it's hard to say what the Oscars are going to do for this category because we don't have a precedent to go off of. So I'm kind of just going off of the best ensemble from the SAG Awards. I kind of think we'll see similar things happening there. This is the award for the casting director. And I think Sinners, it might not win any acting awards, but I do think it will win an overall award for just the general casting because it is such a strong ensemble. All right, Best International Feature Film, we got It Was Just an Accident, The Secret Agent, Sentimental Value, Sirah, and The Voice of Hind Rajab. Will win, I'm going with Sentimental Value, and should win, I'm going with Sentimental Value. Sirah is the only one of these I haven't been able to see because it hasn't been available in my area. Hopefully that changes before the Oscars happen. Out of these, Sentimental Value is my favorite. I do think it is the strongest. That said, The Secret Agent did win the Golden Globe in this category, and the Critics' Choice Award as well. The Secret Agent could very well come up there and take it. It has the precursor awards helping it out there, helping its chances. But I'm going with sentimental value. It's my favorite film of this category. I think it will win a Best International Film this award season. And it's just such a great movie. And also just to quickly talk about, it was just an accident. I do think this one did look stronger earlier in award season. However, I do think its chance at winning Best International Feature Film kind of ended when it missed the Best Picture nomination. And so because of that, I think Sentimental Value and Secret Agent do have the leg up. And Sentimental Value also has the most nominations out of any of the films in this category. The Secret Agent also didn't get a screenplay nomination, so I also do think that gives Sentimental Value a leg up with the Academy. All right, then for Best Animated Feature Film, we have Arco, Elio, K-Pop Demon Hunters, Little Amelie, or The Character of Rain, and Zootopia 2. Will win K-Pop Demon Hunters. Should win, I'm going Zootopia 2. It was my favorite film out of all of these. It was so good. Zootopia 2 Hive, rise up. But K-Pop Demon Hunters is winning this category easily. It is also winning the other category it is in easily, which we'll get to in a little bit. But K-Pop Demon Hunters has been winning all season. But Zootopia 2 did win the BAFTA. Not that I honestly think that'll probably matter, but I do think that there is a case to be made for it. But this is K-Pop Demon Hunters. Yeah. Also, I will say that just me personally, I liked not only Zootopia 2 more than K-Pop Demon Hunters, but also Arco and Little Amelie I both liked more than K-Pop Demon Hunters. I like K-Pop Demon Hunters. I just think it's the fourth best one in the category. But that's just me. Okay, so I'm kind of just gonna knock out cinematography and editing together. So for Best Cinematography, we have Frankenstein, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, Sinners, and Train Dreams. And then in editing, we have F1, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, Sentimental Value, and Sinners. Okay, so first, both of these categories, and this is why I'm doing them together. My should win for both cinematography and editing is One Battle After Another. Cinematography, I do think Sinners will win because I think that Sinners, that the way it uses the aspect ratio is really cool. And I just think it's a really beautiful, beautiful film to look at, and the way it's shot, it's great. I'm not a cinematography expert or an editing expert, so that's why I'm kind of just lumping these together because I don't know how to talk about them individually. And then editing, I do think One Battle After Another will win. Best editing does go on to win Best Picture a lot of the time. So One Battle After Another has it. I think One Battle After Another is also spectacular with the way it uses its camera, like that car chase scene. And One Battle After Another is also just so fast-paced, and it has to move seamlessly. And so it has to be edited well in order to move seamlessly. The way One Battle After Another uses the camera and uses its shots and the way it cuts to different scenes is my favorite. But it's in these two categories, it's One Battle After Another and Sinners duking it out. I do think Sinners will win cinematography. One Battle will win editing. We'll get to share the love. But it's between the two of them. Ultimately, depending on what wins Best Editing, if it does end up going to Sinners, it will be in that moment that I know Sinners is winning Best Picture, I think. Okay, Best Production Design is Frankenstein, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, One Battle After Another, and Sinners. Frankenstein will win. Frankenstein should win. Absolutely beautiful. The artistry in every aspect of the film is so apparent. They use practical sets, and it just looks really spectacular. So good. Could win, I'm going to say Sinners, which also has an amazing production design. Best costume design, we have Avatar, Fire and Ash, Frankenstein, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, and Sinners. Again, same thing. Will win, should win Frankenstein. Could win for this one, I had Hamnet because the Oscars do love a period piece, but you know what else is a period piece? Frankenstein, and the costumes in that are top notch. Frankenstein is just a really well done film. The scope is incredible, and I do think the Oscars are 1000% going to recognize it there, not just in costume design, but also in makeup and hairstyling, where we got Frankenstein, Kakuo, Sinners, The Smashing Machine, and The Ugly Stepsister, which Frankenstein takes easily just for the monster design on Jacob Elordi alone, or the creature design, excuse me. Frankenstein has all those categories in the bag. Also, my could win on makeup and hairstyling is going to be Sinners as well. I had to look at my notes because I couldn't remember what I said. Is going to be Sinners as well, because Sinners also does a great job there. Best visual effects, Avatar, Fire and Ash, F1, Jurassic World Rebirth, The Lost Bus, and Sinners. Avatar will win, should win. I mean, Avatar isn't like a normal movie that you make. So the fact that they've done all that 3 times is really quite a feat. And I do think it will continue to win. Even though the third one I don't think was really very good. But I have to recognize the game that it takes. And the Academy will as well. The could win here, I am going to say, is F1. The kind of the surprise Best Picture nominee. I could see it going F1's way, just based on the fact that it was the surprise Best Picture nominee. And then Sinners is in here as well, but I do think that's between Avatar and F1. All right, then we got Best Sound. F1, Frankenstein, One Battle After Another, Sinners, and Sirah. Will win F1. Should win, I am going to say One Battle After Another. Because, like, that was one where, like, I think you need to watch that film on the best sound system imaginable, because it's so good. It's so good. Like, I love when films sound that good. And again, not a sound expert. Really, okay, I'll tell you what I know about sound. I know when I know when I like when it sounds like different things are coming from different parts of the movie theater. So that's what I know. And unfortunately I didn't get to see F1 in theaters, but I did get to see One Battle After Another in theaters, which is probably why I have it at an advantage. But over F1 for like my personal vote, but I do think F1's gonna win this. Again, surprise Best Picture nominee. It's probably gonna be recognized somewhere, probably here, because vroom vroom, race cars make loud noises, and it's a very showy sound design. But yeah, it should watch its back though, because Sinners also has great sound, so does Frankenstein, so does One Battle. But I'm going, will win F1, should win One Battle. Could win, I'm gonna say, I actually don't have this one in my notes for the could win. I'll say Sinners. Yeah. Because Sinners was also a great theatrical experience, and that's another one you want to watch on the best sound system imaginable. All right, and finally, we have the music categories. So for Best Score, we have Begonia, Frankenstein, Hamnet, One Battle After Another, and Sinners. Will win Ludwig Göransson for Sinners. It is a very good score. However, me personally, I just like the One Battle After Another score more than I like the Sinners score. But Ludwig Göransson is a great composer. Sinners has won the precursors in Best Score at the Critics' Choice and at the Golden Globes. The Academy loves him. I love him. Sinners is going to win this. And I feel confident in this one as well. But One Battle was my favorite score of this one. And I would position One Battle as the could win as well. Also, just shout out because I loved the scores for Begonia and Frankenstein. So good. So good. And last but not least, we have Best Original Song. The nominees are Dear Me from Diane Warren Relentless, Golden from K-Pop Demon Hunters, I Lied to You from Sinners, Sweet Dreams of Joy from Viva Verity, and Train Dreams from Train Dreams. All the other categories have been a two-horse race between Sinners and One Battle After Another. But this one is a two-horse race between Sinners and K-Pop Demon Hunters for Golden. I do think Golden wins Best Original Song. I mean, come on. It was nominated for Song of the Year at the Grammys. And it's just a radio hit. People love it. It's kind of the let it go of the 2020s, even more so than We Don't Talk About Bruno from Encanto. It's gonna be Golden. And I would probably vote for it as well. And then the could win is I Lied to You, which honestly could very well win. I think Best Original Song, I think what matters to me is how it's used in the movie. And I do think that matters to Oscar voters as well. And the way I Lied to You is incorporated into Sinners is impactful. You remember it. A lot of people kind of cite the sequence in which they use I Lied to You as one of the standout film scenes of the year. And I do think that could carry this song to victory. I do think Golden will win this one, kind of just based on the fact that it is just such an undeniable hit. Shout out to the song from Train Dreams, and shout out to Diane Warren, who will be losing her 17th Oscar this year. All right, so there we have it. My Oscar predictions for the 2026 Oscars, my first ever predictions video. I already know this is going to be a nightmare to edit. But yeah, tell me what you think. Tell me who you think is going to win. Do you think it's going to be One Battle After Another or Sinners for Best Picture? I'm still leaning One Battle After Another, but I'd love to hear everyone make their case for why they think it's going to be One Battle or why they think it's going to be Sinners. Who do you think is winning Best Supporting Actress? Talk to me about it. I want to know. Follow me on all the platforms. Twitter, TikTok, Letterboxd. Oh my God, please follow me on Letterboxd. I'm begging you. If nothing else, follow me on Letterboxd. And read my theater blog if you want to. Please read that too. I work very hard. Like and subscribe, send to your friends, and stay tuned because I will be posting a video where I will be presenting my awards for the films that came out this year, which I think is more important than the Oscars, not gonna lie. So stay tuned for that. I'm really excited about that. Thanks for watching, and see y'all at the Oscars on March 15th.